Yeah, you have to be careful not to bump into people. But they were also involved in crimes like assault and extortion. That's why Shibuya became known as the center of youth culture. This is one of Shibuya's most iconic fashion buildings. You can feel the history. That introduced bars and nightlife, like that. There's a small shrine here. But over time, the Shoto stay style became more popular, and the modern love hotel was born. And surprisingly, there's a large pond here. Many homeless people began living in the park. Good morning, guys. This is Shibuya. Shibuya is a pretty famous area, so there's many Japanese people and people from all over the world. It's 11 a.m. on Thursday, but there's so many people. Crazy. Many people come here to take photos and try good food and things like that. But actually, Shibuya has a lot of interesting places and a lot of history. So today we're gonna explore the real side of Shibuya. Let's go. All right, so first of all, this is Shibuya Station. Yeah, Shibuya Station is really large, and this is the entrance of JR. And Shibuya Station is under construction, so like this right now. Oh, this is the image. Yeah, cool. Shibuya Station first opened in 1885, about 140 years ago. And it's hard to imagine now, but a few hundred years ago, this area was mostly farmland and small rivers. Even daimyo and the samurai lords of the time had country residences here. After Shibuya Station opened, the area slowly developed into a modern town. But at the time, Shibuya was still far away from the city center around the Edo Castle, so it was basically a rural area. Real commercial development began about 100 years ago, and Shibuya became the busy district we know today after World War II. And the next place is here. Yeah, there's so many people, and there's a line, and this line is for this one. This is Chuken Hachiko. This is a statue of a duck. You can see many foreign tourists taking photos here, and kind of a long line. Yeah. And the area is commonly known as Hachiko Square. And people often say things like, let's meet in front of Hachiko. So this has become one of the most popular meeting spots in Shibuya. The statue is based on a real dog named Hachi. Hachi belonged to Professor Ueno, who was a professor at what is now the University of Tokyo. Hachi and his owner were very close. Hachi often came to Shibuya Station to see him. But someday, Professor Ueno suddenly passed away. But even after he died, Hachiko kept coming back to Shibuya Station, waiting for him every day for nearly 10 years. That's too long, right? Because of his loyalty, he became known as Chuken Hachiko, meaning the loyal dog Hachiko. Over time, many people were moved by Hachi's story, and it became famous around the world. It was introduced overseas, made into books and movies. And eventually, this statue of Hachiko was built here. But actually, the Hachiko statue you see today is a second one. Many people think the statue was built after Hachiko died. But the first statue was actually built in 1934, while Hachiko was still alive. But during World War II, Japan began to face serious shortages of materials, so metal was collected across the country. As part of that, the original Hachiko was melted down and used to make a locomotive. After the war, many people wanted the statue to return, because Hachiko's story was already well known overseas, and with support from GHQ. A second Hachiko statue was built here. Yeah, so that's a famous and touching story of Hachiko. And look at this. It says about the history. Oh, this is written in English. But interestingly, there's also another theory. Some people say Hachiko didn't come here to see him. Instead, he wanted to eat yakitori chicken from the food stall near the station. Whether that's true or not, nobody really knows. Alright, the next area is, this is Shibuya Scramble Crossing. This is probably the most famous intersection in the world. The Scramble Crossing was created in 1973. Yeah, a lot of people are waiting and taking pictures. Alright, let's walk. Yeah, you have to be careful not to bump into people. And some people were performing like this. He was dancing. Wow. During Japan's economic boom in the 1960s, big department stores opened in Shibuya, bringing more and more people to the area. Later, Shibuya Parco opened. Shibuya Parco is a popular shopping complex known for fashion, pop culture, and anime-related shops. The number of visitors increased dramatically. So this intersection was designed as a scramble crossing to help large crowds cross safely. Alright, let's walk again. Yeah, it's fun too, just walking. Oh, performing. Wow.
Hey! He got that video. He got that video. And I gotta stand to where.
Oh, this is auto truck, advertisement truck. Crazy. The traffic lights change about every 2 minutes. And as you can see, a massive number of people cross here. At busy times, more than 3,000 people cross the intersection during just one 120-second green light. Alright, after going through this crosswalk, you can get to here. This is Center Gai. Yeah, it's literally located in center of Shibuya. Let's walk. Yeah, so many people are walking and it's so real international. And there's so many vending machines. Yeah, many ramen shops, ramen, and karaoke, pub, British style bar, chain shop. Yeah, it's really lively. Yakitori, izakaya, Japanese style bar, and IKEA. Wow, this screen is so big. Yeah, there's such a long line. This is Marathon. Marathon is really popular these days. And karaoke, yeah. Family Mart, convenience store. Yeah, Burger King. Yeah, actually shops and restaurants here often change. So probably the last time I came here was a few months ago, but yes, some shops have changed already. And this is Mega Don Quixote. Yeah, it's cool. And today Shibuya is known as Youth District. But about 6 years ago, the area was Shinjuku, not Shibuya. But in 1968, large student protests and riots happened there. After that, regulations became stricter, and Shinjuku slowly lost its image as a youth culture center. Meanwhile, more office buildings were built around Shinjuku's west exit, and the area started to feel more like a business district. Meanwhile, Shibuya was becoming popular with young people. When Shibuya Parco opened in 1973, the area started getting a lot of attention. Then from around the mid-1980s, groups of delinquent youth began gathering around the center street. Many of them were influenced by American movies like The Outsider. Their stylish fashion even appeared in magazines. The fashion was called Amekaji, American Casual, or Shibukaji, Shibuya Casual. But they were also involved in crimes like assault and extortion. So the area was known for having poor safety. So yeah, kind of dangerous. And later, security cameras were installed and security was strengthened. So yeah, look at this. This is security camera. Yeah, so many here and here too. And they had mostly disappeared, and this area became much safer. Meanwhile, a different trend was happening among girls. In the early 1990s, a style called kogyaru became popular among high school girls. They wore miniskirts, loose socks, and dyed brown hair. Then a new style appeared. These girls had deep tans from tanning salons and bold makeups. And later, the fashion became even more extreme. A style with dark skin, white lips, white eyeliner, and bleached hair. That's why Shibuya became known as the center of youth culture in Japan. Yeah, but it's Thursday today, so there are not that many young people, but there's so many foreign people, foreign tourists. All right, let's turn left in front of McDonald's. All right, look at this. There's a tall building. This is one of Shibuya's most iconic fashion buildings, commonly known as Marukyu or Shibuya 109 109. Shibuya 109 109 opened in 1979. At the time, many shops here sold fashion for kogyaru-style teenage girls. All right, let's go. Yeah, that is Pokemon. Yeah, so many advertisements around here. Yeah, there are some guys, the fashion is so unique. Yeah, this is the entrance. Yeah, fancy. And it looks that most of the customers are women. By the way, the huge advertisement. Now, this is Pokemon. Yeah, this is very noticeable. It is said that ad space costs about 1 million yen, roughly $7,000 per day. Yeah, it costs a lot. And look at this. And this is a campaign of this One Piece. Yeah. One Piece drama season 2. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Japanese actor Makenyu Zoro. And this street is Dogenzaka. Shibuya is actually located in a valley, so there are many hills around here. One of the most famous slopes is this Dogenzaka. Yeah, there's so many shops, restaurants, cafes, and Toho Cinema, movies, and Uniqlo. And this is pachinko, Japanese gamble. Yeah, in Shibuya, there's too many places to see. Ramen, Thai. And this area is under construction. Wow, so large area. Okay, so turn right here. There's a gate. That area is Shibuya Hyakkendana. Let's go. Yeah, the vibe is kind of different, right? You can feel the history. Izakaya. And this is the information center that introduces bars and the nightlives. And it says Dotonbori. This is a strip theater, which is quite rare nowadays. Yeah, like them. And interesting, this is muscle club, so muscle bar. So all the staff are buff, and probably the customers are pretty much women. And there's so many lava hotels in this area, so but I have to be careful not to film people. Yeah, but so many. Yeah, this is so gorgeous. Yeah, on the street there are so many lava hotels. And as you can see, there are so many old bars and restaurants. However, during the Tokyo air raid in 1845, the entire area was destroyed. After the war, the neighborhood came back to life as an entertainment district filled with jazz cafes, restaurants, and movie theaters. The story is why you can still find old izakayas and traditional snack bars here today. And interestingly, there's a small shrine here. Cool. Yeah, from here you can hear the history. But as you can see, this area is kind of dirty, right? Compared to other cities in Tokyo. Yeah, some garbage is on the street, but yeah, not that bad. Wow, these buildings are so cool. And it's not allowed to take videos inside, but this is a cafe with music made in 1926. Wow, so yeah, 100 years ago. And like I said, there's many lava hotels in this area. Many of them were built during Japan's economic boom in the 1970s. Some stories say that some early lava hotels were run by mistresses of wealthy businessmen. At first, they were more like traditional inns serving meals as well. But over time, the short stay style became more popular and the modern lava hotel was born. And today, some lava hotels are stylish and Instagram friendly, and people even use them for girls' parties. This is like body style. Yeah, like this. And around here, there's some live music club, music exchange, and love song. And there's some nightclubs like this is Harlem or Atom Tokyo, popular one. Yeah, and the many love hotels. And this is Neverland nightclub. And go out of this area, yeah, it's kind of quiet. And there are some restaurants like Maze Soba, Maze Noodle. Alright, came from this street and this way. Yeah, really quiet here. Alright, we've arrived at this peaceful park. This is Nabeshima Shoto Park. Yeah, it's hard to believe this is in Shibuya, right? So calm and quiet. And interestingly, these are bathrooms. Wow, like a hotel, right? Like a museum. And surprisingly, there's a large pond here. Yeah, it's a good place to chill. And there's a water wheel. Yeah, it stops right now. Yeah, water wheel is pretty rare to see in the middle of Tokyo. And this area is called Shoto. It's famous as a neighborhood where celebrities, politicians, business executives live. So yeah, I think it's better to avoid filming, but yeah, there's so many large mansions around here. And like this, it's really clean and quiet. Alright, go back. Yeah, just a few minutes away from the busy street in Shibuya. Alright, go back to the station. Arrived near the station and go this way. And turn left here. And this is Miyashita Park. Miyashita Park opened in 2020. It's a popular shopping complex with lots of fashion shops and restaurants. And there's also a rooftop park on top, so let's go. And there's so many restaurants too. Yeah, smells good. Alright. Yeah, it's really peaceful, and this is skateboard park and bouldering. This is World Baseball Classic WBC official store. Oh, we have many uniforms here. Otani. Oh, cool. Yeah, really peaceful. But actually, this place has deep history. In the past, this area was burned down during the Tokyo Air Raid in World War II, and for a while it remained as an empty space. Later, as part of the city's reconstruction, Miyashita Park was built here. That was no shopping complex, it was just a park. From around the 1990s, many homeless people began living in the park. Later, the area was redeveloped. But there were protests at the time, with the people arguing that the project would take away the place for homeless people to stay. After many discussions and controversies, the current Miyashita Park was finally created. Yeah, today, so many girls are, taking videos for TikTok or something. Yeah, it's really peaceful, right? Alright, let's go down. And then there's a massive building in front of the Miyashita Park. This building is Scramble Square. And yeah, these video advertisements here are huge and really impressive. This building has 47 floors in total. On the rooftop, there's a Shibuya Sky, a very popular observation deck that's often fully booked. And the lower floors have restaurants and fashion stores, while the upper floors are used as offices. And there's a Shibuya station of Ginza line here, and this street is Miyamasuzaka. Let's walk up. Yeah, there are many shops, restaurants around here, but many offices too. Yeah, it says Miyamasuzaka. But in the past, it was called Fujimizaka, which means Mount Fuji View Hill. During the Edo period, people could see Mount Fuji from this slope. That's how the name was born. That's unbelievable, right? From here, we could see Mount Fuji. There are too many buildings today. Alright, we came back to the station and we're gonna leave it here. Yeah, like this video, there are so many places to see in Shibuya, and when you know the history, places become more interesting, right? And honestly, there are more places I want to explore, so I'm gonna make more videos in Shibuya. So thanks for coming along. Arigato.